It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Parkfield Poddy, sponsored by O'Brien Real Estate, Keysborough and MV Play. Poddy, after missing last week, we all a bit busy last week and couldn't get the show off the ground. But very special guest this week, which, let's say it's 2 weeks in the making. Oh, it's actually 6 weeks in the making because I've asked him every week, but we finally got him on, which is awesome to have. We have Hardie on the show today. Welcome, Ant. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, going well, Chris.
That's good. Great to have you. And as always, and unfortunately, I'm joined by Stephen Shitbag Cannon. How you doing?
Yeah, real good. Thanks, pal. Yeah, thanks for that glowing introduction, mate.
No dramas. And also joined by Parkfield Roundhead, Jordan Hill.
What's with all these insults today? You missed a week. We were doing fine without you. You just come back and insulted us.
Yeah, I'm on a high this week, so we'll get to that later.
Hey, just quietly, how good was it last week too, Jordy?
Oh,
Lion.
We didn't record
Vibes.
last week.
Vibes all around.
That's why last week was good, mate.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. Stoked on that. Like I said, joined by Ant this week. We have a bit to talk about with Ant. He's been around the club for a very long time and done a lot of things at the club, so it's going to be a very special episode, and I'm very excited for it. Let's jump straight into match reports. And Cano, do you want to unfortunately kick us off with the ones?
Yeah, unfortunately, not too much to talk about there. Ventured out to Sweeney Reserve to take on Narry Warren. Again, didn't get off to a great start. Found ourselves at one stage we were 5 for 20. Showed a bit more fight this week, which is good. Suleiman Iqbal again. Suleiman Iqbal, sensational. Really held the innings together. Couldn't tell you how much he ended up on, but he was a key cornerstone through the centre of the innings there. Young Hansi got 20 odd at the end, hitting a few bombs to get us to a reasonable total. Amal Mayadun as well down the bottom there, just chipping in. Got ourselves to 121, I believe, but yeah, not quite enough on a flat track out at Sweeney. So they comfortably chase that down. Unfortunately, yeah, just not quite firing at the moment, Bondage.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon's happening? What do you reckon we can do?
Make more runs.
Yeah.
I think I think in this one-day cricket, if we make more runs than them, we'll win. So that's probably the key.
I reckon more often than not, if that happens, you'll win.
Yeah, more often than not, I'll find. Yeah, in my
Yeah.
experience, if you make more runs than the opposition, you win.
Yeah, 60% of the time, all the time.
Sex.
Beautiful. I'll move on to the seconds.
No.
All right, so the seconds played Narry at home. Great deck at home. It looked an absolute belter. From when Cano sent that message in the morning, and then George brought us all some juice. Okay, funny story. Before we all love our twos opening bat, George Augustine, and Cano sent a photo of the wicket, and I said to him, "Oh, is there a bit of juice in the wicket?" And didn't get a response from Cano as per usual, but George thumbs up my message, and then must have thought I was asking for him to bring juice, and then brought 2 liters of juice to the game for us. And he's like, "Poddy, I got the juice." Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Anyway, Fergie lost the toss and they went into bat, so went to bowl first. Massive shout out to Rory on a really flat deck. He didn't miss a line or a length all day. And at a game where they scored 190 runs, he bowled his 8 overs straight, 1 for 14, which is unbelievable. They went at about 5 and over, and he went at 2. So awesome. Well done to Rory. He bowled amazingly. Look, it was a really good deck. I think we bowled pretty poor early, but once we figured out what lines and lengths needed to bowl, we sort of dragged it back a bit, and they were 2 for 50 at tea or drinks. And then they actually really got away from us, and they ended up on 185 after the 40 overs. One of their opening batsmen made 80, actually, not out. He batted through the whole way, and he's only 16 years old. So Narry had a good run into him. We went into bat, needing almost 5 and over. We lost a couple of early ones in George and Kuda, and then they brought Shane and yours truly to the crease. And, we put a couple on, and we had the run rate ticking pretty well. And by drinks, we ended up on about 100, and the run rate was fine, and we're about 2 down. Shane made 40. Sharon ended up making 48 not out at the end, and Tony Payne made 20 not out, and we chased 190 in 33 overs. So
Good effort.
great win. Really good win for the morale, because we've been struggling to make runs, and to see that we would have easily made 220, 230. So to see that is awesome. So yeah, good run chase by the boys. Really good.
How many did you end up on, pal?
Yeah. 60 odd.
Oh, 60 odd. Have a
60
look at
odd.
him. Have a look
And
at
it would have been so much better if we just let it go. Because you could see him. He was
was
waiting
waiting.
for us to mention something.
I was waiting for someone to ask me. Yeah. Absolutely.
It is the Parkfield podcast after all, Geordie.
It is all about me. Me. All right. Beautiful. Cano, turf 5? No? I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
Turf 5 played Cranny. Look, Cranny batted first. I think it was on the Cinto deck at Casey Fields. They ended up making 230, which is really unfortunate because it looks like never mind. Yeah, they made 230. I think that they only really had 2 blokes get going. And they sort of whacked us around a bit at the end. And 230 is always going to be pretty hard to chase. We have a pretty young team, pretty inexperienced team. You'll just see Lockie getting a wicket. But yeah, we went into bat and unfortunately got rolled for 135. So falling 100 runs short. But we've had a lot of outs this week in the first and the seconds. In the last couple of weeks, actually. So our thirds they're really struggling for talent up there at the moment. They've got a pretty inexperienced and young team. Good to see Sean Fear open the batting, made 30. Fearless. Dags, stalwart, 22. And then other than that, not really much going on. And the fourths had to forfeit because, like I said, we have a lot of numbers out in the last few weeks. But yeah, that's it for the men's games. Jordan?
Cool. I didn't know if that was my cue or not. So
That's it for the men's.
So our women's first in play this week, Sky ended up forfeiting due to COVID. It was still a draw, so we don't get points. So that's great. I don't know. Don't ask.
I'll take back my word.
Cool. But our seconds did play. They played Bo Morris at Parkfield Reserve. Bo Morris won the toss and they chose to bat. So we ended up getting them 7 for 79 off the 20 overs. And best bowling figures for the day was probably Thilany with 2 for 7 off 4. So sick effort from her. And Teague's also getting... Yeah, all right. Teague's also getting another 2 wickets, so she's just raking them in at the moment.
Tegan?
Right. Luckily, whack, whack, whack.
Exactly. And then we went into bat and we had Thils and Hassini open, Thils made 23, so she's had a really good game there. Hassini making 10, Med making 11, and everyone else just contributed nicely, and we passed them 14 overs down. So really good win from the girls on Sunday.
That work, baby. Lovely.
Great.
I hated everything about that.
Haven't seen Ronnie Coleman before?
Can't say I have.
All right, cool. Canna, do you want to talk about your little fellas? And by little fella, I mean under 10s.
Really wondering where you were going with that, Chris. It really isn't the place for me to talk about my little fella, but I can talk about the under 10s. Under 10s played against Keysborough Maroon, which I think is their third side, if I'm correct.
Terrible colour.
Sorry?
Don't worry.
Yeah, we've lost a few wickets on the day. We've ended up 8 for 46, and Keysborough passed us 1 down, which must be their first side then, out of the 3 that they have in the under 10 fours. But I must say, it is a good initiative by the DDCA with these games on a Friday night, having local teams sort of making the divisions localised so the parents don't have to travel too far. I think our furthest home game is Fountain Gate, which is 20 minutes to half an hour away. But you can imagine if you pull Beaconsfield in a blooming Friday night, which you can get kids there on time to play cricket. So, yeah. But shout out to Rory again for getting down, taking off from work early, leaving Thomastown, jetting across the city to get back to Parkfield to set up for the 10 so they could get a game on. So big shout out to Rosa for doing that. The kids and I really appreciate it, mate. So good job.
Stuff. Racing car. Cool. That's it for match reports. 2 wins on the board. Better than last week. So beautiful.
We'll take it.
On the way up, trending upwards, which that's all you can ask for. Beautiful.
Trending,
so-
just podcast.
Yep. Cool. So we will jump into the interview portion of our podcast. Our special guest, Anthony Hardie, has been around the club for a long time. So I'll jump straight in. And do you want to talk about, first of all, hey, how you doing?
Right.
Do you want to talk about sort of when and how you got started at Parkfield? When you came, how many years ago? Who brought
Yeah,
you?
that's pretty. My father played for Monash when Monash and Parkfield merged together. So I don't remember Monash. I might have been alive. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just grown up at Parkfield from my dad playing and my mum involved, and yeah, family, friends, all Parkfield people, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, did you ever get to play with your dad?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, we played 2 years when E grade with Jeff Milnes, Frank Mullo. Dad got suspended for contriving a result. I think we nearly tried to make the finals. And E grade, my first year of seniors, I think Dale did it in turf one with Buckley Ridges actually.
Please explain. Sorry, go dive further into that. What do you mean? Sorry.
Well, I think going into the last game of the year, both teams needed to win outright to make the finals. So they had a handshake deal, like we'll play like 35 overs each, we'll declare, and so someone could win outright.
Right.
But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah, so yeah, that was I think that was my first year of seniors when I was batting number 9, like blocking, making 6-9 out or something, like yeah. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
did we win outright in the end, or
no, they beat us. Yeah, I think they canned both teams though. Dad got suspended for sure. Yeah.
And then did you say
Stork? Was Stork any
Yeah.
good?
Well, I think he was better. He says better than me, Michael, and Nick, and I think he's right. Like he's got a far better record. So
Michael will never admit that though, will he? He was the Don.
maybe. Yeah.
did you say Harry did it as well?
Sorry.
Did you say Harry did it as well?
Yeah. Harry didn't turf one, Buckley Ridges, but I think it might have been legitimate when Harry, when I think it might have been the year after that we won a flag.
With the DDCA coming after
Well,
us now.
Harry, yeah, I think, yeah. Ask Harry that, not me. I wouldn't be.
Okay.
I can't give you the exact details of that, but yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So you obviously played juniors at Parkfield.
Yeah.
How you're pretty successful as a young fella. Do you want to talk about your early days playing juniors and seniors?
I'm not sure successful.
I heard you were the youngest at the time to ever make a century in the DDCA.
Yeah, that might be true, but it might not be as well. Alan Clark worked for the Journal, and he's a good friend of Parkfield. And Might have been might be true, might not be. I'm not even sure.
Are you admitting on the podcast you actually only made 95 and Clarkie?
No, I made 100. I definitely made 100. I definitely made 100. I'm not sure I was the youngest person. It was like a bit fabricated, I think. A close friend of Parkfield worked for the Journal, so
Right.
yeah. Might be true though, Pondy. Might be.
How old were you?
I'm
How
sure.
old were you?
I was 13. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I didn't have 100 runs in a season when I was 13.
Yeah.
And what grade?
I didn't make many after.
what grade was that in? Do you remember?
That was E grade, but I don't like saying E grade now compared to E grade because it was actually good. Like my dad would have been, I don't know, 36 or something, and it was Jeff Milnes. They were good. There was good cricketers. Like, yeah, lots of Bucko was in that. Yeah, Johnny Lawler. Yeah, there was lots of
was
guys
E-grade-
are all right, you know.
Was E grade like Division 5 back then?
Oh, I think higher on the watching lately.
Yeah, okay. Sort of like our Turf 2. Yeah, right. Jesus, cool. Lovely. What's your most successful moment? Any flags? Anything maybe on the committee you find successful?
Well, I did play in a flag, but it's sort of by default. I didn't play any flags in cricket, but when I was in the 14s, the age group above me was Harry and Bappo, that everyone would know that they were short for the finals. So me and my brother and Foxy filled in for the finals and won the flag. So that's a flag I was in. We won. That's the only flag that I won. But I think the best flag moment, the best flag moment I seen at Parkfield was when Seconds won the flag at St Mary. I think Doyle might have said this on here, maybe did he? I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
when Turf won, or Steve I think was in the seconds as a 17-year-old, maybe. That was the best moment I've seen at Parkfield when the Turf One guys won the flag and they went to support the seconds, and that was a good moment for me too, just watching all my friends celebrate. Yeah,
That's a pretty common answer actually. I think Davey, Tony, and Doggy have all brought that up. So must be nice. And yeah, do you have any favorite off-field moments from any stories that you have from back in the day that?
Oh, the best ones we can't speak.
Yeah,
about.
we can't probably talk about the best ones.
Yeah.
But do you have any little funny stories that haven't been talked about yet that you can?
No, probably not. Not without thinking about it. No.
No.
Yeah.
Probably.
We had lots of fun when I was young, yeah. And which you guys are now too.
Yeah. No, awesome. Beautiful. That's it from me, actually. Geordie's got a few questions lined up here.
Cool. So we'll come back to Parkfield later, but I've heard from a secret source of mine that you were a pretty good footballer back in the day. So do you want to tell us a bit about how you started in football? Like what club did you start at, and where did you end up?
I played my juniors Noble Footy Club, which most of the guys from our club would have, and then moved to Bomb Beach when I was about 20, 21. And then, so that's where I spent my footy career, which it's a club. I love Parkfield more. I love Bomb Beach, but I love Bomb Beach as well. So,
is it true you played at the Stingrays for a bit as well?
Yeah. When I was teenager, I played at the Stingrays. Yeah.
I heard there was quite a few other good players playing with you as well. Do you want to mention them?
Oh, not really. There was lots of good players. Nah, there was lots of good players. I'm not,
We're here to talk about you, Ant. Come on.
Yeah.
Time to be modest. Our host has proven that you don't have to be modest.
This isn't a modest show. We're not here to be modest.
And you also played for Melbourne in the old reserves comp as well before there was a VFL league as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
and
How'd you end up there? Tell us a bit about that. How'd you...
Despite the Stingrays, they just was like a they just a top up player, I guess. They like the AFL list don't have enough players for the reserves then or now, I suppose. I'm not sure, but yeah, so I was like a top up player. I was playing the reserves during the year.
Oh, perfect. And then you moved on to Bomb Beach. Why'd you make the decision to move down there?
I'm not real sure, to be honest, actually. Our career coach at the time was Chris Cross. I don't know if you spoke about him on the podcast. He was our first premiership turf one coach, and he came back to coach us in
06, 07, he was chairman of selectors.
Yeah. I think, he's been back a few times. He's a great Parkfield guy. Probably lots of reasons, actually, but he was involved at Bomb Beach and discussed getting in, discussed going there, and I guess that's why,
What did they pay you?
It wasn't much money, actually, but I think actually it's going to allude to more points later. I think I wanted to change in life. I wanted to do something different to what I was used to.
Cool. And you're also captain while you're down there and played in a few flags and
no flags. Losing grand finals.
Yeah, no, sorry, but you played in some grand finals.
Oh, rub it in, Geordie.
Sorry. And then you also, I think you recently received life membership. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's true. Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep. Thanks, Geordie.
No worries. Congratulations on that one.
Geordie was around Bomb Beach then too. Paddy was president, and Geordie used to should have been 9 years old, hanging around the bar till 11 o'clock at night.
Same old cricket season at Parkfield, and then footy season. But well, that's all from me. Cano, want to take over now?
Do you know a bloke named Robbie Turner? Ant?
Yeah, I know, from Sylvan and like that. Yeah, great guy.
I actually had a pretty big chat with him. He captains Dubton seconds at the moment.
No, he's Dubton. Yeah, I saw that the other way. I saw he's
that guy.
Captaining me.
Yeah, we actually had he reckons you're one of the best local footballers he's ever seen.
Oh, geez, people could say that, couldn't they? About lots of people. I don't think so. Yeah.
No, we had a pretty long chat about. He knew you pretty well, but
no, it's got good. No, he was Methodist originally. Yeah.
Right. It sounds like he's been around a bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Cano?
Geez, that would have been some team with him, and because wasn't Shane McLean Methodist as well? Naka?
No, this guy would avoid. I don't think Bobby was very good, but he moved on. Yeah, Shane McLean was Parkfield as a kid with Payne. I'm not sure Tony or Tavy's age, maybe. And he came to Parkfield. I think Shane came to Parkfield because we played him in turf ones. Or actually, sorry about mumbling. I reckon Macca might have been Maranatha and they merged, and then we played against them. And then I reckon Tone talked him into coming to Parkfield. Yeah, because I think that's how that happened.
Yeah. I think it was over, literally after the game, he stuck around for a few beers and he got him half cut and, geez, I enjoy this. I might come play here. I think it was like that. Yeah.
Well, as a kid, he was Parkfield. And he was a star player for Parkfield, Shane McLean.
Looked after me a lot when I was a kid, I tell you. The big Mac Daddy with the pants up to about here and the big wide shoulders. He was a great man, Macca.
Yeah.
Scary bastard. Didn't like facing him in the nets, Pondy.
No, I wouldn't face him in this.
It was awful. It was awful.
Too good for me.
Big left armour and always coming in at that and always up and
swinging. He gets all the time,
Feel like facing me these days, Pondy, it's pretty intimidating.
I'm half convinced you're bowling off the wrong foot these days, Cano.
Only Berkeley Bowl's negative 50 kilometres an hour. Anyway, as you know, Ant, and as you could tell by the half an hour it took us to get this podcast underway earlier, I'm very prepared. So a raft of questions here for you, mate. First one is something that I can relate to because I love it, but traveling. I remember when I was a young fella, you took off and went to Europe. Do you want to just tell us about your time over there, where you got to? Because I could listen to travel stories all day.
Ball people, I think I'll probably more talk next year. I'm more looking forward to next year. Me and Cootsy are going to the Ashes actually. So, and Paddy and Tony got tickets. They're traveling with Tara and Trace through Europe next year as well. Are you going as well?
Maybe.
I didn't know. Yeah, you should be, Jordan. Buddy,
I will.
should be getting over there.
I think Riley and Remy are going to come as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So that the weekend was at Parkfield. It's fantastic. But I'm traveling. I'm looking forward to bunking up with Cootie for a couple of test matches in England next year. Yeah.
Beautiful. I've got a wedding in Yorkshire in September, so I'll probably miss you. It'll all be over. But yeah, I'll be there a bit later. No, beautiful. Where did you get to, mate? I remember because before I went to England, I remember you telling me all about how the Tube is the greatest train network in the world, and you were just.
Well, I didn't spend much time there actually, so I'm not sure. I went to England for brief periods and caught up with Donna. Look, Chris Branch played cricket with us. Remember, 20 years ago, I suppose. He's his partner, so I went over and caught up with her. So that's.
You brought up that name, Chris Branch. Now, Poddy, just to set the scene for you, as a young bloke, I would have been 14, 15 when this English bloke comes over to play for us. He was a wicketkeeper in the ones.
Yep.
And he was a lovely bloke, just an absolute cricket nuffy. But the one thing I'll never forget was the end of season piss up. Apparently, he used to wear a G-string when he was wicket-keeping for comfort. And I was a young Bo Dowler who would have been 17 at the time. End of season breakup, Bo's come out in Chris Branch's G-string and was running around. It was something to behold. But anyway.
Sounds right. That sounds,
Yeah, we'll move right along. I digress. Sorry, hose. But, mate, remarkable effort, but you've actually been president of Parkfield twice. Now, again, as a young fellow, I remember you being a president as a young man. You would have been 22 or something when you took over, maybe. Ant, do you want to just talk us through the many roles on the committee and that over the years?
Yeah, maybe a bit up, maybe 23, but something like that. I think at the time it was an enjoyable time of my life, because we all are like the kids are Annette, Pondy, Geordie now. Didn't want to be president, but Joff was moving over interstate, and there was a big sort of exodus of senior players at the time, or just stopped playing. So that's how I became president. I think it taught me a lot of lessons that have helped me in life, probably to, how to get better at managing people, situations, and yeah. So I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure that makes sense, but it was a sort of shock to, not a shock, but yeah, I don't even know how to explain that actually. Yeah, I wish I wasn't president of Parkfield at 23. Yeah.
Obviously, your second stint as president was only a few years ago. Maybe what was that? 2016, 17, or something like that.
Yeah.
Came back on board, relieved hardworking Darren Linton. But across your 2 tenures as president, what do you think your greatest achievement or the best thing you did for Parkfield while you were president? I've got something in mind. I want to know if it matches what you're going to say.
I'm not sure actually. It'd probably be different because no, I wouldn't even look at it that way anyway. I just yeah, it's hard work. I feel, well, talk about being president, and Paddy's been president, Tony's been president, my friend Swizz. I watched Swizz how hard it is and the stress that it involves. Like it's pretty hard. So I see some last ones of the club. I see Swizz. Hopefully it's not inappropriate, but I feel for you, Swizz. It's a hard job, but like everyone else has been there too. So.
The memory I had was when we were getting our new rooms built. Tony was actually president at the time, but we were at Ross Reserve celebrating the Turf 1, Turf 3 double. And credit went out to you as president because you got Shane Doig to the club.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Now, personally, huge for me. I've gained a great mate, a great mentor, and we gained a great cricketer. But yeah, that was what I thought you would claim, because certainly after a few sherbets,
Well, maybe also when Hubba, Fergie, they all joined the club under that same era. So I did think you were thinking that, but Hubba, Fergie, they've been great people for Parkfield. That joins not necessarily because of me, but that same era they joined the club.
Sorry.
Weren't you president when the women's were formed as well?
Kind of.
Yeah, that's a pretty successful one.
I think fantastic, actually. That was through Shane. Like Shane.
Yeah, you're still president, though.
I think fantastic. Like that was the best thing. I remember. I think Matty Asler might have rang me and said Shane's got the girls wanting to play cricket here. And I'm like, this would be fucking awesome, and yeah, and it is, and has been. I think Geordie we get rid of Pondy and Stevie and just you and the girls play Saturday arvos.
Oh, it would be a dream.
Yeah.
I'll have to come hungover every Sunday. Oh.
You're not getting much opposition from me, mate. I'll be happy to hand that over. Go for it.
No, I think by far it's obviously the best thing that's happened to us in so many years. Like,
thank you.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're you're just stoked to be
Taking credit for all the girls.
Yeah. I'm a people person.
Jordan's good too.
No. Stop it.
You might
best wicket keeper in the family.
Exactly.
Although after Miss Parkfield the other weekend, I'm not convinced she's the best looking woman in the family.
that was funny. That was a good night. That was so well done to Geordie and Pondy is like that was it's a shame. Can I say that would have been if you had 20 or 30, that was such fun. Like if people bring their friends along,
yeah,
such huge energy at the club. Like if you could somehow do that, it's so well organised and so much fun. Like,
yeah, it was a very good night.
You can be honest, Hards. I was your favourite on the night, wasn't I? Oh, surely.
I think I must have left before you could out there.
Oh, okay. Mate, back on track. The family history. Do you want to talk about sort of maybe some of the roles that your family held within the club over the years as well? Because I'm pretty sure both the folks are life members.
Yeah, they are. So, and my brother, and my other brother and sister love Parkfield as well. Yeah, I guess. Well, Dad played cricket. Mum loved loved cricket and loved Parkfield. So, maybe Mum loved it more than Dad actually. So I think
so.
Yeah. So it's
She was a bloody icon in that canteen, mate. I remember as a young fella, like 6, 7 years old, doing Milo, coming in. She'd be in there. Jeez, the old school teacher though, it was very intimidating.
Yeah. I think she loved it. I think Mum loved. I'm pretty sure actually she did. She loved Parkfield, loved the environment, and that's all we loved it. And yeah, I guess.
Nick selling the raffle tickets.
Yeah,
All the photos of the old
Right.
punches, Nick selling raffle tickets.
yeah, they do. All my family love Parkfield, like Jordan's family would. You know, like they all love it. Dad's a pain. Dad's a pain. He won't listen to this, so I'd say he's a pain in the ass. Like, you know, but he does. He likes Parkfield as much as he likes anything. You know, like you know. So yeah.
I'm going to purposely maybe download this to a cassette tape or something and just take it on news joints. I can see the reaction many years you call him a pain in the ass. Nah. Mate,
Amazing.
coupled with growing up at Parkfield, how did that sort of help you when you decided to come out and announce yourself as a gay man? How did Parkfield react and sort of help with that transition?
Well, it's probably I didn't find much difference actually, which is a good thing. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a very nervous time in my life, like, and not, yeah, I don't know how to explain that fully, but very nervous. But I told Painey and my brother Mick one night, I got back from overseas. When you talk about going overseas, Steve, and I decided I was going to come out as gay, and I must have been watching cricket, drinking all day, and just me, Painey, my brother Mick, drinking late at night, and I told them, and Mick actually thought I was joking. So, you know, like months later, he said, "I thought it was a joke." You know, I'm like, no. You know, like, but yeah, I felt I've never felt any different actually. So if that's comfortable, I'm not. I've never felt any different at all. So does that make sense?
Yeah, that's brilliant, mate. That's brilliant. No, I feel like Parkfield is that kind of place as well, man. You would have known these. I'd known you for nearly 10. Well, yeah, over 10 years around that time anyway. And you know, these guys that you've known for 20 years, 30 years of your life at that stage, for them just to, you know, oh yeah, beautiful, awesome, mate. No worries. You know, that must have been great. But you know, we look at the club now, and it's probably an even more inclusive place because of people like that are at the club. You know, everyone can just be himself. So, you know, that's something that I'm really proud of us, and, you know, especially bringing the women into the fold, you know, having them amongst the blokes. I think it's made Parkfield a better place to be social as well.
It is still good. It's a great place to go. Like it's right. I prefer to go there any day of the week in my life, you know.
Yeah. Trust me, our bar sales appreciate that too, huh?
Like.
It's got to make sure we got enough 150 lashes in the fridge. Now, mate, I want to finish on this one, and this is a bit of an ambush, but it's one of the funniest memories I have of a particular cricket trip down to Hobart.
Oh, yeah.
When we were on the bus on the way back to the airport on the last day, and it revolves around the leg spin ball of the century, bowled to you in the third net at Parkfield underneath the tree by one Paul Fear. Now, Paul Fear, just as a bit of a background, he's a great man, Paul. He's done a lot for the club, cracking bloke, loves a beer, but it's fair to say he's a terrible cricketer. Not a good cricketer. He accepts that. He got the best out of himself while he was there, but he decided to take up the hardest art of spin bowling, leg spin. So, Hards, do you want to talk us through the ball of the century?
Yeah, well, does Paul listen to this? Because,
For the sake of the story, no.
Okay. You sure? I think it's better he listens to it. So anyway, I went down to training, which I didn't really like doing that much. And I got stuck in the third net, and I was facing Bobby and fucking Paul and whoever they hit the nets. And I think what a waste of my night, you know, I'd rather be in the bar. So as I thought, fuck this, I'm walking out the nets. in theories, I didn't know Paul that well. That's all. Just knew he just come to the club. I didn't know him that well, and we were loved by the way for listening. And so I started walking the nets, and he was running the bowl, and he bowled one, and he pitched it like the Mike Getting ball. He pitched it, and I threw the bat at it, and it knocked me over. You know, like so. And Paul was happy, which he should be, because the rest all hit the net. You know, like we got one of the stumps, and anyway, yeah, yeah. Well bowled, Paul. Well bowled to you. Well bowled.
That's 14 years later.
His father said, "Well done."
Yeah,
Oh, mate.
was a good ball. Was a good ball.
Watching you recount that when we made you get up at the front of the bus when you
Yeah.
were about half a slab deep. Was one of
Me,
the-
me, actually, me and Ferry didn't know each other. I remember on his first year at Parkfield, and
Yeah.
I think he thought I was taking the piss out of him, but I wasn't. I was taking the piss out of me. And the next year, we had a bet. It was at round one. I was trying to suck up to him. I was down watching D grade or whatever, and Paul was there. And I said, "How many runs this year, Ferry?" And he said, I reckon I'll get 50. And I said, I'm not sure you will. You know, he said, I said, if you get 25, I'll buy a slab. I think or something like that. Anyway, and he said, yeah, all right. And I said, and he runs, and it was some sort of bet we had. Anyway, that year was what the year Turf 1, Turf 3 won the grand final. Me and Ferry drank together at the grand final because it was his shout, because he only made about, way less than he was supposed to, you know, like I won the bet.
I remember that every Saturday night. How'd you go, Fury? How'd you go? Oh, 2. Yeah, we're getting closer.
I wasn't even to win the bet, but yeah. You know.
That was gold. I reckon that was Fury's first year and maybe even Swizz's first year. Because on that
Maybe.
we did the nickname game where you can't call anyone by their nicknames, or as a $2 fine. But everybody just knew Swizz as Swizz. Nobody knew his real name was David, so we just didn't speak to him. We didn't want to pay the $2. Oh dear, poor Swizz. I'll bring it up every time.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I've enjoyed that.
We've enjoyed it. Thank you.
That was awesome. Beautiful. Jenna, thank you. Do you want to quickly talk about Ladies' Day that we had on the weekend, Jordan?
Yeah. So
Oh my God.
what?
Paddy made burritos and they were unreal.
Yeah.
Paddy did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Thank you. So thank you for all the ladies that came down the weekend. It was a really good day for us, for everyone that was involved. Obviously, as Pondy said, we had some really good food cooked up by Paddy. Some nice old nachos and burritos and burrito balls. That was probably the highlight of the day. But other than seeing you making 68 doesn't compare to a burrito from Dad. I'm going to be honest.
68? Was that many?
Oh,
Was it?
what
It wasn't
60.
even 68. It
Okay.
wasn't even 68.
60 odd. 60 odd.
Tone it down a bit, mate. So yeah, that was, food was amazing. The pinata was funny. Meb got drunk as ever and was as annoying as usual. So
Shut up.
but yeah, it was just a really good day, and I'm happy that I got to spend it with some awesome people from the club.
Can I ask you, I forgot to mention, Bonnie, can I jump in about the Parkfield Lotto?
Yep.
I mentioned that before. It's an initiative, but like we're starting this year, and it's been the support from the people in the club's fantastic. So we've got a few more spots to go. Like hopefully we fill them up. Like we will over time. It's not necessarily for people from like playing at the club, but if you know someone that might be interested in something like that, it'd be great to encourage. But we're also the 22nd of January, we're playing Beaconsfield at home on a Sunday. We'll be having Des Dowling and we're having a lunch for everyone involved. So if you sign up now, you'll still be invited to that. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
It's also it's year round as well, so it's not like
Yep.
end of the season. You know, you're done. You can join any time and be with us on this journey. That
Explain how it works, Pondy, or do you want to leave that to Ant?
well, I'm
Probably
aware,
better, maybe.
so
you can.
I could explain how it works, but no, Anne can talk about it if you want.
I prefer you, Pondy.
All right, well, I don't know. You pay $15 a week, and then the first number of the Thursday lotto drawn, the Thursday night lotto drawn is if your number gets pulled out, you win $250.
But also, we're gonna have a lunch. We're gonna have a big lunch once a year, which invites not just you, your partner, or a friend to come along, and the guys that play that like, we'll do something else for them. So yeah.
Beautiful. I was going to say I won't be able to participate in the lunch because I'll be playing, but most likely I'll be out.
You might be playing. You might be playing.
Actually, it's good engagement.
Actually, well, that's a few rounds time. I might not be playing. Yeah, thanks, Hans. Yeah, cheers. Good to have you, pal. Thanks for coming on.
It's actually really fun, like seeing the numbers drawn every week and then just talking shit between everyone that's involved and stuff. That's been really fun every Thursday.
I'll tell you what, from the players that play, well, it wasn't directed at the guys like you guys, and the sports buddy been excellent to kick it off. So thanks so much. Like, it's more directed at past players. So
And to Sanjay, stiff shit, pal. Ant's called out Sanjay's number, telling him he's won $250.
Yeah.
Had to recant his statement half an hour later.
I stuffed that up. That's it.
I've never seen a
Everybody at the club following the group chat as well. That was good. Oh, I think I got that wrong, boys.
I've never seen a bloke more upset than Sanjay when he found out that Ant's just stolen $250 off him, pretty much.
Well, I gave you 250, Pondy.
You did give me $250. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Cool. We have Santa Cruz's breakup this weekend, which we haven't really talked much about, but no better time than now.
Cool. Yeah, so it's our last round of the year this Saturday. So we'll just be having like a little get together on Saturday night before we say our farewells for about a month. So if you can get down, just have a few drinks with the club. Going to try and organise a bit of a KFC feast. So if you like KFC,
If you
come
like
down.
KFC.
Yeah, if you like KFC, I'm sure Nico will be first in line. So yeah, if you just want to come down, have a cruisy night, say your farewells, have some KFC, get down.
So
You good?
no terrible kid, no shit kid.
Well,
Apart from Nico. 'cause
I did tell Cody to organise it, and he was like, "Well, we're not training Tuesday, and then that only leaves Thursday and Friday to do it." So I left it in his hands, so you can talk to
if only there was
my
an
little
online
brother about
forum
that.
we had. If only there was an online forum that we could just
Yeah.
allocated people things through the interwebs. I don't know.
I actually have one of those. I used it for Kris Kringle this year for my family. I could actually set that up.
Who would have thought? Crazy.
I'll send it to Cody. He can organise it still between
I
it.
wouldn't let Cody run a bath, let alone a
Well,
function.
he's running the end of season function, so see how that one goes.
Christ.
Oh dear.
I won't be there, unfortunately.
Busy that day.
Got Harry Styles. Gonna go see my boyfriend.
Oh yeah, priorities.
Mm.
Cool. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. I reckon. We'll talk about next week's games. I think we're playing Keezy. Is that right, Cano?
Yeah, I believe we're playing him, and so are you.
Oh, his chance of winning.
Bottom of the table touch you, Ant.
We're always a chance, Hearts. We're a 50
Hey,
chance of winning the toss, and if we make more runs than them, we'll win. So,
Maybe.
right.
chance.
No, but it is the battle for 8th position. So, or battle for 7th. I don't know which how are we doing this?
You just mind yourself there, host. You know?
The battle for not getting relegated, I would say.
We're trying to get people excited about playing, and we're just potting our own blokes.
Jeez.
Well, yeah, if we don't want to get relegated, bloody show up.
Hey, Trav, any chance of making a run? Come on, mate.
Hey, while I think of it too, big thanks to everybody involved with the Keezy barbecue on the weekend down at Keezy Bunnings. It was a good money turner for the club. Off the top of my head, Jordan Coots was unreal on the barbie. Matty Payne serving snags. Travi D'Souza, the real life cardboard cutout, he was good.
Genuine look like a cardboard cutout.
He genuinely looked like a cardboard cutout in that.
I've never seen a man so still ever.
Wow, you should watch him bat. Anyway, moving on, we have good effort at the end from Cody and Riley, and for my stint, it was myself, Kure. The Stingray did a great job, even though it took 45 minutes to go buy some bread. But we should have known who we're sending to do the task. Shawnee Fear coming down even with a stinking hangover, so thanks, Shawnee. Benny Redelick, Tilly, Hansi popped in for a little bit, and Tilly's mate. Just got a random mate to come down and cut up some onions for 20 minutes. So thanks to that bloke. I can't remember. Geez, they were good onions. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, bloke. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Well done, everyone.
Oh, and Bobby Butler, of course.
Sir Robert.
It wouldn't be a Parkfield barbecue without Sir Robert Butler. So thank you very much. He's obviously a frequent listener to the pod. And
Is he?
yes,
Someone play it somewhere.
yeah.
I've actually tried to
Butler 69. Is he? Yeah.
Bobby
yeah.
Butler, ladies man, 69.
Yeah, that's it. Pimps and Hose Butler. That's it.
Yeah.
What a great man.
Oh, one of the best of all time. One of the best of all time. Love him.
Yeah, no, awesome. That is a good money maker for the club. So well done to everyone involved. Keysborough, Parkfield versus Keysborough, first 11 at Parkfield, Parkfield versus Keysborough, second 11 at Keysborough, across the road from Parkmore. I said that last year, didn't I?
It's not across the road from Parkmore. That
Where
would
is
be
it?
Parkmore.
It's down the road, isn't it? Down the road from
It's
Parkmore.
down the road. It's on Cheltenham Road, you nuffy.
I said the exact same thing last year. Turf Fly was playing Danny West at Tatterson on the Saturday. Hopefully the one dayers will be playing Cranbourne at Livingston Recreation Oval. Okay. Geordie, where are the girls playing?
Ones aren't playing this week. There's no round at all, so yay. And twos are playing Parkdale United at Parkfield Reserve on Sunday.
Hey, there
So-
you go.
For anyone that stays at the club Saturday, roll out and
Not if you want to come
watch our
down, you
second
just
place.
stay overnight.
Yeah.
Awesome. The under 10s are playing Friday night against Keysborough White again. If anybody can lend a hand on the night, I think Meb needs a hand because 3 of our 4 coaches are extremely busy on the Friday night. So if anybody can give Meb a hand, let us know or let Meb know, and that'd be greatly appreciated. The more the merrier. And then the under 18 girls, unfortunately, we're recording this on Tuesday and they didn't get on because it's bloody pissing down.
They have a game next week, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely pissing down at the gym.
Do you want me to say it? I've got it up.
Yeah, they're playing Parkdale at Aspendale Gardens Sports Ground, North Oval.
Is there a full stop in that sentence after every word? Is that why you read it like that, or
Just lots of spaces.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of space bars. Read the results from last week's poll, which was the ManCAD question. Are you for a ManCAD? 17% said yes, and I think that was just Swizz and his 3 burner accounts.
I'm all for a man, cat.
Oh God.
2 of our last 3 yes, and got no idea.
oh god.
Reasons behind it, Ant?
No reason, but why be any of the week? Why be any subs?
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I almost got ManCAD on the weekend. Actually, I was backing up, and the bowler just stopped and looked at the stumps. And
That would
then-
be so funny if you did.
Yeah, and then I was like, surely not. He goes, I'm not going to do it, but just get back in your bloody crease. Fair enough, mate. And then 27% said no, and then 57% said not a chance in hell.
What was the point of having those 2? No options.
Well, one just emphasizes the I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then what's our poll for this week? What's your favorite Napolitana ice cream flavor? We're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I don't know where Cano's got any of these left for
Oh,
the final moments of the podcast.
Ant's now the third host. What flavor, Ant?
I like vanilla, actually.
Yeah. Is that the middle?
I'm not
Yes,
sure.
yeah, it's the middle. Yeah.
It is the middle.
Is that the middle? It's the Hey,
Oh.
I'm with you, Hearts. I'm with you. Vanilla all the way. And when I was a kid, you get the vanilla and then sprinkle Milo on top.
Oh,
Oh,
I do like
yeah,
Milo on
As
ice
a
cream.
kid, I
is
did
nice.
that. I did that as a kid for sure.
Cano is just a stereotypical Aussie kid.
yeah, we'll go
Yeah.
there. Love that.
Ooh.
Milo breakfast cereal, Milo on your bloody vanilla ice cream. What else? The
Yeah.
bloody quick, what was it? Quick set.
Quick.
You know, the
Nesquik.
Yes, quick, yeah.
Nesquik
Oh no, the ice, the
quick set.
chocolate ice.
chocolate ice. Oh, man. That was unreal. Or sprinkles. My grandma used to put sprinkles on top. Always better than hundreds and thousands. Well, you couldn't beat fairy bread. That should be the poll. Who loves fairy bread? It'd be
Yes or no?
it'd be 100%. Stupid poll. You can't not love fairy bread. There you go. No.
All right. No, beautiful. Thank you so much, Ant, for joining us.
You're doing such a good job, guys. Thanks for having me.
No, that's all right. Yeah, good work, team.
See you next week from the WOM.
See you next year, actually. I'm going away. I'll always see you next year. See you soon.
Oh,
Ah, see ya. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.